Hey, how are you today? Welcome to Howling About Entertainment with Jake D. Getting started roughly on time. I am expecting a couple of co-hosts to join here shortly. Believe we'll be seeing probably Draco, definitely my buddy the Valgyr, and perhaps 32 Flavors of Nickweiser will be popping by as well. Good Sunday afternoon, though. I am so glad to be here. Had a fun and wonderful time. This weekend, there was a really fun members chat on Gary Nerdrotic's channel today that I had a great time joining in. Lots of good conversation. Lord Thoth, welcome. Just another red shirt. Great to have you guys. And please give me a welcome to my good buddy Draco Argentis. Draco, how are you today?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you doing today?
Oh, very well, man. It's been an interesting week for me, and I had to pop out to Tucson for a few days, and then drive a moving truck, back here to Central Texas, and that was a long drive on Friday. And joining me again, Draco, I don't believe you've had an opportunity to meet him yet, is Valgyr, very good friend of mine. He joined me on the first three streams that we did on the channel, and definitely big welcome back, Val. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Yeah,
I believe we actually have met, at least for a short bit, with U.S. Dutch Kitty. If I remember correctly, he was the one playing the Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes.
Yep. That's right.
Yes, indeed. I think you're going no camera today, though, aren't you, Val?
That is correct.
As is the same for me.
Yeah, I didn't have anything prepared and just not doing the camera thing today.
Nothing wrong with that, man. It's there are just as many people on this platform off camera as on. I have learned over my time. Oh man! So I think we want to get started off with chatting about episode 6 of The Boys. Let's hear everybody's kind of initial reactions. Draco, have you seen the episode yet?
Yes, I have seen the episode.
All right. What are your sort of initial thoughts on it, brother?
Do we want to treat it as a non-spoiler spoiler, or go all in?
Let's go all in. So fair warning to those in the chat and watching on the replay. Definitely going to go into spoilers on episode 6 of The Boys season 2.
Okay. All right. I did like it. I did like the process of the advancing of what's going on between. Actually, what advanced in terms of Homelander and Stormfront was only slight advancement. What this really was sort of an outing of more of what's going on with Stormfront's special project that Starlight found out about. And I mean, this was a good episode because we actually went full on story, not just with Stormlander, not just with Starlight, but with our boys' characters too, who take it on the road and start actually doing some boys-ish stuff. So
absolutely.
You find out about another. You find out about another character. You find out some history with Frenchie. You find out some history with the whole group, and this is something that, considering I'm trying to be more critical of media nowadays. I'm going back and saying I need to go back because I think I'm missing some notes on exactly the history with the boys, and what we see in this episode leads to more. I wonder what's going on here, what has happened in the past, and if this follows, if this is all properly connected. I mean, that's one of the things about this. This is really this is a geek solid episode if it actually bears up under qualification, if it bears up under critique, if it bears up under evaluation of just how good all the points are. I mean, I can't. I don't even know if there's any of the other episodes this season that make me feel so completely entertained, as well as I don't have any discognition with it. I mean, the biggest issue,
Sure.
the biggest issue for me was probably not knowing more about what you might call Homelander's issues. He was playing quite the wait and see. He wasn't. He didn't feel as much Homelander, but I'm wondering if that could be something to do with his. He's kind of putting himself out there. He's trusting in this little relationship. He just started, as everyone knows how it started in the last episode.
and yes, yeah, it was. No significant disagreements with you on your reaction there, Val. What were your thoughts?
Well, to be honest, I haven't seen it yet. So.
Oh, yeah.
Dang it!
No,
So much
it's
for
fine.
spoilers.
I don't really care. Spoilers don't really bother me, so it's not a big deal. Based on what you said, I look forward to seeing it, but no, I haven't gotten around to seeing it yet.
Well, I guess we'll come around to me then, by God. But I really enjoyed it. For me, this was the best episode of the season so far, and really hands down. Not that any of the episodes have been bad or poorly done for the most part. There were a couple of slow ones, episode 2 and episode 4, and so I was half expecting 6 to be slow again, just because that had been what had happened so far this season, and I was, definitely very pleasantly surprised to see that didn't happen here for episode 6. We got a lot of action. We got a deeper view into what's going on in this Vought world, and the highlight of the episode for me had to have been I hesitate to say introduction, but the introduction of Lamplighter, right? I mean, we'd heard about him, but we hadn't necessarily known much or really seen anything other than the fact that he existed. And to have that be played by Iceman from the X-Men movies, it was
Iceman gone turned pyro.
He did, right? I mean, he's like exactly Pyro from the X-Men movies. Right down to having the zip up. So
I don't make the flame, I only control it. And that's functionally him. Not to mention you get to see his parade master's baton.
Yes.
They make plenty of jokes about that. I mean, that's perfect. That is exactly the color that I'd expect to see. Without, I'm gonna get more into the boys comics as soon as I pick up my first copy, which is on its way.
Excellent.
Matter of fact, no, it's not just on its way. According to Amazon, I've got it at home right now. Here's another issue with being on second shift.
It'll be waiting for you when you get home from work, by God.
I gotta make some time. There's Inquisition tonight. How can I make some frickin' time?
Something tells me you'll figure it out, brother. You are gonna figure it out. I mean, Lamplighter, I loved it, and I was quite surprised at the reveal that he had been filling the same role that Starlight has been since her joining the boys to an extent, right? So he used to be an inside informant for the boys in the 7, and
now you might understand some trust issues. Wow, actual character building. I'm amazed.
Right? I mean, there are definitely some light I mean, there's certainly some light wokeness to the show. You know, I mean, let's not pretend that there's none. But it's well.
It's she. I'm sorry. I'm breaking your. I'm. Sometimes I make commentary and it breaks your mode. Yeah, go ahead.
It's all
I'm
good.
just thinking the slight ones. I mean, they made a bunch of decisions up front.
Yes.
And there's no denying that Stormfront was made the decision that they made for. I mean, it's obvious that they have made some story decisions, which is exactly what you would want. You want the story decision to be the more important decision than to check a box.
Yes. I mean, there's definitely some box checking. I mean, no question about it, but it is secondary to the story. And
or at least it feels that way. Go ahead.
For now, right? I mean, we do still have 2 episodes left. That's fair. But, you know,
Stay frosty, folks.
What has the Fandom Menace been saying for years now, right? Tell me a good story. You can put your politics into a story as long as the story is still the most important part, more than anything else, right? I don't think that anybody would say that there aren't some, perhaps intersectional or left-wing messaging underlying some of this, but it's very, very secondary to the good story that they're giving us. And as we've been saying for years, you tell me a good story and, I'm not really too worried about your underlying themes. Entertain me, right? And Lord Thoth said the story should always come first, and he's damn right. He's on the nose with that. And I remember when I did a video before the season started about that Kripke interview, and I'm gonna beat this over the head and play this every time we talk about the boys, because this is always in the back of my mind.
It's a great question. We were really interested in exploring the idea of authority figures get the public really riled up with xenophobia and racism. Ultimately, the most dangerous people are like the white dudes standing next to you.
And, so I did a video about that interview, because it alarmed me. And I think we can all see why it alarmed a lot of particularly Fandom Menace type people like ourselves. I mean, that's like screaming about agenda. And, to Kripke's very great credit so far, I mean, we're 6 out of 8 episodes, so he's doing good. While that is certainly, I can see what he talked about underlying this show, but it's not in any way what we've been complaining about with, your Doctor Who, with your Star Wars, with your Star Trek. I mean, name a franchise that's been getting ruined lately, and the consistent thing we've been talking about is making the agenda the primary purpose of the production. And we are not getting that here.
Right. And thank you, Lord Thoth. Got a good head behind that mask and tentacles and things.
I am not gonna lie. There's a scene when they go into these what was it, Safe Haven or something like that. What was the place called, Draco? Do you recall?
Sage Grove.
Sage Grove, yes, thank you. So there's a point where Mother's Milk gets just about strangled out by a giant male member. And I was, oh God,
a tentacular unit.
It was a BBC. Let's just be honest. It was a BBC.
This show is not for children.
Oh God, that was funny. I couldn't help it, man. That was just, oh boy.
No, that's fine. Not to mention you get the the moment where the two groups have gotten split up by the events of the show, and as soon as they're catching up over their phones, the Frenchie makes sure to bring up the point to he'll butcher about the big cock.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was around your neck. I said, oh, jeez.
Just another Red Shirts comment here. This is, I did promise when I made that video about the boys taking a hard left turn a couple months ago that I would watch it and talk about it so y'all didn't have to. And I am very, very happy that I am able to report that you should watch it. I've never been so happy to be wrong so far. Right? Because it was, The Boys is a fun show. I enjoyed the hell out of season 1, and I'm so far loving season 2. And I'm very curious what they're going to do with the last couple of episodes. And, completely agree with Lord Thoth. It is worth a look. It is absolutely worth a look. So let's go to Speculation Town for a minute. So, Val, I know you haven't seen episode 6 yet, but you've heard enough to get a little bit of an idea about what happened. What are you expecting from this sort of final quarter of the season to close it out? Where do you think we're building up to for that final episode?
Well, I've only seen the first 5 episodes, but going off of that, I don't know. I've got Kripke's interview stuck in the back of my head, and I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm waiting for, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the agenda. I'm waiting for the BS.
Yeah. Since episode 1, I've been waiting for it. And we're 6 out of 8 in. We are 3/4 done. And it is good. It is good.
It is, yes.
Stormfront did reveal, presumably, the entirety of her history to Homelander in this episode, Val.
Okay.
Including a picture of her standing next to her. Was it her daughter or her granddaughter, Draco? Do you recall?
Her daughter.
Yeah, who died of Alzheimer's a few years ago. She's 101 years old, Val.
Oh wow! This is Stormfront you're talking about.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
This is an important part about what happens in the story, considering we're spoilers off. Spoilers locks off. She is the first soup, and she was made super by her husband, Dr. Vought. She was made super. She hung her out with the as with the comic. She hung out with all the good little SS with the rest of the bad people from Germany.
She was a swastika wearer, yes.
Yes, she was. And proud of it. If that isn't now obvious, we get heavy. Now she's doing the heavy tell as she's casting sidelong glances at.
Well, the rampage through the apartment complex was kind of a giveaway, and
that was a giveaway. But now she's just now it's just like, yeah. What she said last episode is just furthered by looking at and now I'm the speedster. I'm looking at that one scene because this is another thing as has been mentioned by Gary and by people far more intuiting of this than me. They did make her the first one, and she was made the first one by an evil white dude.
Yep.
But this is some solid story here at least. So accepting of that, I'm saying, okay, that's fine. This goes with the story. Not to mention that the The story is interesting. The story is characteristic. Although I would have almost wanted even more story to understand, like, he had to do it, or I'm glad it didn't turn out to be some kind of a she took it and it was easy, or at least it hasn't been done that far. Essentially moving her down the path of something a little more Mary Sue overpowered feminism thing. That's another case where we're not getting that from the storytelling as much.
I agree. I mean, I'm not getting a they didn't earn it vibe. I mean, really at all. Stormfront, one of the things they talk about is that she was the first successful soup, right? So she wasn't the first. She was just the first where it really worked like it was supposed to.
Because it might have been something more that's another thing that might be meaningful. I mean, we're not writing it now, but something that you could tell us further story on, because unless he was really that bad and that Mengele-esque, would he had actually done that to his wife? And
Yeah.
so that's a wonder. That's an if. Why would he have trusted it? Maybe. I mean, it's a possibility. Maybe she even wasn't the first. But the fact is that we get this story. She unloads on this to Homelander, who has been waiting not so dutifully for her return, and becoming suspicious of her. And yeah, if anything, like I said, that closes the story on the idea that, number one, he's playing the sort of almost the waiting game. But the thing is that he's also so he's got such a childish mind, and he's so screwed up. His character is written to be screwed up. This is exactly where he is. He doesn't know what to do. He went out on the limb and he trusted, and now it's like he's been betrayed. He's been betrayed, and he found out, and she unloads on him, and he accepts it. And I'm a little bit like, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, and maybe she wants to lead him down that primrose path into, some of these guys they used to hang out with. They had the right idea. I mean, this is kind of like the way that you say that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised on treating him as sort of like, maybe you should lead the country. Maybe this is kind of my. You're talking about where do I think this is going? Maybe putting Homelander in that role of, she can manipulate things from behind the scenes if she's got him out there in front. And she can be. Is that a way to couch in better storytelling the Orange Man reference?
Maybe. I mean, she definitely is setting up to be the brains behind whatever the hell it is we're going to build up to towards the end. She goes about talking about how Homelander should lead the soups, and she's leading him around by his dick, which he apparently is okay with. And
when everything's cool.
Yeah. And I mean, it's my understanding that at some point in the source material, Homelander does get taken out after he goes nuts. And we've seen sort of competing forces sort of building up to this point, right? You've got, Queen Maeve trying to work with the Deep, who has now begun recruiting A-Train, and Starlight's already aligned against Homelander with the boys, and presumably they can get Lamplighter in on this. So you're sort of building up this force that's going to take the guy out. And
but is that really going to end threat? This is where they can absolutely move this story forward. Kripke can surprise us all. He can surprise us all by taking this story in perhaps not just a direction that we don't see, but an actual good direction, not too far from the ideas that Garth has set down in the book. I don't know. Maybe not.
I guess we'll see. What I can definitely say is I'm looking forward to the next 2 weeks of this, and to see how this thing finishes out, and then working with Lady Gravemaster and Gary about setting up a stream here on the channel with Gary to kind of wrap and discuss the closing out of the season. So we're still working on trying to get that scheduled, but a little teaser for you guys. We may be able to make that happen here in a couple of weeks, and I'm looking forward to that. So
Gary is one of the solid ones. That's one of his strengths. Gary knows this material. Gary also has that intuitive knowledge. He knows this. He knows the genre. He knows how many angles this is played. That's one of the wonderful things about. I mean, yeah. So I'm sucking Gary's dick. No. The thing is that I appreciate this point.
Do it, Draco. Do it.
I'm going to behave that way because I genuinely appreciate the guy's awareness of all these angles. I mean, he is a genuine. It's not just the fact that he purportedly owned that comic shop. He has been in this for far longer. I mean, the guy is of similar age to me, but he's been in this for far longer. He's read it far deeper. He's seen these angles. He knows all of the things that I know and plenty of details more. So I appreciate where he's coming from. I appreciate his information.
It's good listening.
So hell yeah.
I mean, I don't believe there's a single person listening to this stream that's not familiar with Gary at Nerdrotic. But if you are not, by God, you got to check out Nerdrotic on YouTube. The guy is a mentor and a friend, and well worth your clicks and subscription. So
all day long.
I don't think Just Another Red Shirt was actually saying that in response to what you said there, Draco, but the timing was just too good.
There you go. Well, it became immediately obvious to me that I'm like selling him as if I was as if when who was that when they were watching the footage of it was the female and Butcher sitting on the couch watching the footage of them on the Rise of the Seven, watching Homelander, watching Starlight, and he turns to her and says, "Yeah, they're fucking."
Yeah, that was good. I liked that. Oh man. So moving on to kind of another point, I want to switch into having a little bit of a chat about a show called Avenue 5. Now, Draco, I don't think you've had a chance to watch any of this yet, but I know that Val has finished the whole season.
And we will definitely pass the floor on to you discuss this with Val. No, I have not seen it. This is an HBO property, and I've got difficulties with a company that will do some of the things that HBO has been citing behind. But if they're producing one or two good things, we have to encourage them as much as they would want to platform us and lead us and attempt to culturally manipulate us. We can turn them tables just right back with our wallets, folks. So you guys carry on.
And it's the first thing I would say to you, Draco, is I'm not one who encourages sailing the high seas overall, but I do recommend that you find a way to watch the show. So
one of these things I appreciate about that fact, if you make a good thing, I am definitely willing to purchase it. The thing is that the last 4 years have gotten me dang gun shy with the amount of money I've spent on crap, on shit, on platform baloney. What the heck did you do to something that was so elementally good in the first place?
Fair enough. And what I would tell you is it's worth a 1 month sub to HBO, in my opinion. You know, pop a 1 month sub for the 10 or $15, whatever it is. You know, watch that, maybe watch a few other things, and then
you don't even have to do that. I mean, it's the first season is 9 episodes. Each episode is about a half hour long. You can, you know, if you're really trying, you can complete the whole thing in an afternoon, which is what Jake and I both did. And with Amazon, hello there.
What's up, guys?
Nick, welcome
Hail,
aboard,
Nick
brother.
Weiser.
Thank you. How you guys doing?
Doing good, my friend. Glad you could join. We just finished up going through episode 6 of The Boys, but let me give you
let me finish.
30 seconds for your reaction on episode 6 of The Boys.
My reaction?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay. The story moved. The violence definitely moved. Like, boy, did that violence like bloody move, man. But it was a bloody good time. There were some cringy moments a little for me with the Starlight dialogue, but overall, definitely a solid entry in the season, and definitely some much needed backstory to elevate Stormfront's character arc.
Fair, very good. That's a great 30-second summary.
Thank you.
Well done, sir.
Thank you.
We are all in general agreement with you, Nick.
Oh, well, how about them apples?
So we are rolling into having a quick, we're going to chat about Avenue 5 for a little bit. Did you get a chance to watch an episode before the stream?
I have not, but go ahead. I'll listen.
All right, Val, why don't you give everybody a quick overview? Continue.
Well, I'll pick up where I left off really quick. So if you have concerns about getting any sort of subscription for HBO or even giving them any money, you can get a 1-week free trial with Amazon and then binge the entire season, and it won't take you very long. And then you can turn it off. That way you don't have to, that way you don't have to support a company that you don't want to support right now.
Oh.
Especially if it's only for a week.
Right.
And you didn't pay them either, so,
Yeah.
That's a fair, that's a good point.
Yeah, but it's one of those things you got to remember to go turn it off, otherwise it'll automatically renew.
Oh yeah, like every other service. Yeah, like every other service. If you don't forget, they're gonna take your money and they're gonna keep on doing it.
It took me almost a year to remember to cancel CBS All Ass.
No, okay, you're among the guys. We all understand. You really were going for all of those other shows that CBS put out, the ones that they don't speak of. You loved the CBS All Ass. You were loving that ass. You were loving that ass.
Well, I mean, anybody who was watching Culture Casino's stream earlier, knows that the one who likes the ass is Culture, not me. So
I think you've just been outed, man. We know now.
It was, if you guys didn't catch Culture's stream earlier today, it was really good. It was funny, and the chat was very lively. So, hey, Mary has joined the stream, or actually maybe she's been here the whole time and just chimed in now, because I know she hasn't watched The Boys yet. So, but yes, watched all of it yesterday and loved it. Monty Python-esque dry humor and absurd. I agree with every word of that.
Definitely. Yeah, it was one of those shows. It got extremely varied reviews on like IMDb and other places, and I don't really understand the negative reviews, because I mean, on a personally, I watched it and I loved it, but I don't know. I guess I can understand because I grew up with British humor. I really enjoy British humor. Monty Python, yes. Are You Being Served? That was another one I grew up watching. I don't know if anybody is aware of that one.
Oh yeah.
And there are a lot of very, very subtle humorous moments in Avenue 5 that if you're not paying attention, you'll just kind of miss. Hugh Laurie does an excellent job. Everybody in there does an excellent job. But yeah, all in all, if you're looking for something lighthearted, something to get you through these troubled times, pick up Avenue 5. It's a hell of a show.
I'm sold. You sold me. Sorry, Jake. I just he sold me. He sold me. And,
we're looking to sell you, so you continue.
Yeah,
done and done.
I thought about what Valgyr. Is that how your name's pronounced?
Yes.
Okay.
Close enough. Yeah.
Okay. So when you mentioned you don't understand the negative reviews, I think I understand why it's getting negative reviews, even though I haven't seen it. It's because it's good. I would actually worry nowadays if something got too much of a positive review. Like, look at I don't pay too much attention to video games, but I'm aware of how well received The Last of Us 2 was. But if you look at the fan base of it, it's so divided. Kind of like The Last Jedi.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying. Maybe it's a good thing to get negative reviews. Maybe it's a good thing.
It's
silver lining.
I'm not sure how comfortable I am with you looping in The Last of Us 2 and The Last Jedi with Avenue 5. It makes me worried about Avenue 5 now.
Well, the fact that Valgyr, Avenue 5 is getting slammed, but yet those things were praised like the second coming. Sometimes now I'm actually kind of frightened nowadays of positive reviews. Because look how well received those were. They're like A+ and 90%, 97%, the greatest thing.
In this case, Nick, I think Val's referring mainly to the audience reviews on IMDb.
Yeah.
Yes. And so we were chatting about this last night, and a lot of the negative reviews sounded kind of like basically people who just didn't get British comedy.
Oh,
it's like the same kind of people who don't think Monty Python's funny.
Oh,
it's not funny. It's not funny.
Oh.
How can you say that's funny? All they are is saying things, and they expect people to laugh. What's that? That's not funny. Where the slapstick? Where's the bark, dick and fart humor and so on?
Wait, no, I've got you for that one though. Now, if you
okay, are we going into spoilers?
Go for it. I'll forget in 5 minutes anyway. Go for it. Go for it. Go all the way.
If you need dick and fart jokes, there is a kaleidoscope illuminated orbiting ring of shit going around the ship at some point during the season. So, it is there.
So shitty.
It's a really great running gag that they keep adding to throughout the season, is because they're out in, the middle of nowhere in space, and the ship is huge. And so, naturally, it's big enough to have a minor gravity field. And, there's a point where their wetsuit around the ship, which is, human waste to keep you protected from the radiation of space, it gets a leak. And then, so that material, it ends up orbiting. They've got lots
of this shit.
Yes. And it's actually pretty good because, they're legit trying to use some points of actual science to build their gags. So there's thoughtfulness to it. It makes this absurd kind of like awful sort of, I don't even, it's this absurd comedy joke, right? But we've got, but it's built on some basic science, and the timing and the dialogue are just great. Yes, see, just another red shirt knows why they fired Spock's body inside a photon torpedo now, because it needed some juice. All right, Jen. Oh, we lost him. Paulie from Latino Slant is trying to join the stream. We'll keep our eyes open for it. I'm sure he'll be back. He was having some connection issues.
Get your ass back in here, Paulie. We need representation. I'm feeling the whiteness up in here too much.
Live chat too white.
It's oh yeah.
I think Nickweiser is only a quarter something. I can't remember.
Not Puerto Rican. Not Puerto Rican enough.
Oh man. So yeah, and another great gag in the show is like the passenger who sort of takes charge of the, because this is a space liner with tourism, and the lady who sort of leads the passengers and their interactions with Hugh Laurie and the crew. Her name's Karen.
How odd.
And she is absolutely, unquestionably a Karen. And they roll with it. It's great. It really is great. Hugh Laurie finds a way to defeat this Karen by turning her into that which she sought to destroy, of course. He makes her the manager. So. It just the comedy in this show is great. For those of you who haven't seen it, you have got to queue it up. In total, it's about 4.5 hours of watch time. And I've said a number of times, something that we need in just the world right now is a good fucking laugh, and this show is exactly that. So here's Karen.
Oh my god. God damn it.
It's about as Karen as you can get.
That's so Karen.
The only closer to the point would be blonde.
Yes.
One joke. Offhand comment. Someone makes a comment about her hair or something like that, and she either references it and it says, "I was thinking of coloring it."
Oh, that would have been good, but no, they didn't do that.
That would have been good.
That would have been good. I agree. But yes, this is Karen, ladies and gentlemen. and she's
earrings.
Yes, she's like the boss Karen. Like when you've defeated all the other Karens, this is the final Karen.
So when you defeated the Beckys and the Carols, you've upgraded to Karen. Like she's the Bowser. Oh man.
Yeah. Just another red shirt's point here. He said, the comedy's quick. A lot of times it's interjected one-liners, and he needed to rewind it sometimes. And I definitely see why he said that. This isn't one you can just throw on the background. You do need to watch it. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
She's the all caps Karen. Yeah.
She's haunting. She's just haunting that big ass earring collection, like on one ear too. Like, God, look at that thing. Ugh.
It's a lot of jangle.
It is, isn't it, man? This lady is hysterical though, because the actress is really good. I enjoyed her performance, and Hugh Laurie, she's like the foil to Hugh Laurie in the show, and there's just a great. One of the things that's really fun about Hugh in this show is he's a Brit who is acting as if he's American in the role of the captain. And he flips back and forth between his accents. And it's great.
That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing.
Dude.
He is Hugh Laurie.
Yes.
Guy's marvelous.
And if you remember Hugh Laurie from back in his comedy days, I mean, he's bringing all of that back here, and just wonderful. And they got the Mary says the only one worse is Kathleen Kennedy. Unfortunately, Kennedy's real.
Well, when was that date that she turned to someone and mentioned that the crew in Saturday Night Live didn't have a female camera operator? I mean, she predates the Karens. She is a prehistoric Karen.
So what you're saying is that the Karens evolved from Kathleen?
I don't know. They may have been this way for a very long time.
And now they're just coming out of the woodworks. Damn it.
The situation has allowed them to rise of the planet of the Karens.
And now
We've known about this. Roddy McDowell was trying to inform us. You make yourself weak, you allow the Karens to rise.
Rise, Karen, rise.
All right, let's see if his connection's a little bit more stable this time. Paulie from @Latino Slant. How are you, sir?
Hey, what's going on, amigos?
Hey.
Paulie.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good, Mick.
Hey, you know you got a big mouth. You know that.
Shut up, Rocky.
I could go on, bro. I could go on.
So can I.
What are you guys up in here making all this noise? Rock, get your ass back on the train, man. Paulie, you don't need this kind of shit. Just get over there with your towels.
But I imagine everybody in the stream is familiar with Paulie from Latino Slant. If you are not, though, do not hesitate to give this guy a sub. He has been producing some really great content. Latino Slant is going to take off, and this guy, he is a hell of a content maker.
Oh man,
I mean that.
That's Jake D's my brother. I love doing our we haven't done one in a few weeks. It was our midnight hour.
Yeah, are you doing a midnight slant tonight?
Not tonight. I really need to take it easy, but I might not have a girlfriend if I keep doing it.
You will lose some. Yeah, you're going to lose some toxic masculinity points. So don't back off the girlfriend, man.
She was commenting on something else, but I'm just going to bring Mary's comment back up on that because it was just, fit in nicely. It is good to keep your girlfriend, gentlemen. They keep us in line, and we need them because otherwise there's lots
Take it
of
from someone who's being on second shift leaves me completely off the hook. I have no leavening. There is no girlfriend centering effect. I'm just wrong, guys. That's all there is to it. Too busy floating in the void without something to bring me back.
All right. So, Paulie, have you seen Avenue 5?
No. What is? Oh man. Should I go watch it and come back or what?
Here you got another one to sell to.
When you get the chance, Paulie, I dropped a quick season review video on it on Tuesday.
Okay.
And it's Hugh Laurie. He's the captain of a space liner about 50 years from now. Monty Python style comedy.
Oh, I like Monty Python. Okay. Well, what channel is this on?
HBO.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll go the a horror matey way and find that show.
Jeff. Oh God.
Well.
Wow. Whoa.
It's a talent, my friend, but it is nice to get the real occasion. I guess that's what I'll say.
I just had a wonderful birthday, and my right hand and my left hand could not have done what my girlfriend did for me as far as the trip to the lake, the this, the that, the gifts. I'm just saying, like, it comes to a point you need to be with another. You know, it's good practice, guys, to be with another
the
human
this and
being.
the that. Exactly.
And you
This
know
and
what?
that. Hey, how you doing?
And in his defense, Paulie did some good helping his girlfriend out this morning. He was she runs a dog walking business, and he was helping her out, taking some of those dogs out to give her the morning off. So hats off to you, because it is very, very important that you know, it's a two-way street, right? You got to do things for your lady, just like your lady does things for you. It's a partnership.
All right, enough of the chicks, man. Let's have some fun. Come on. I didn't come out here to talk about my girlfriend, bro.
He got that out earlier.
You're the one that brought it up, though.
Well, no, I just said because I can't be streaming every night like I would love to because I have the addictive behavior, or else I wouldn't have it.
Have you caught episode 6 of The Boys, Paulie?
I'm behind. I have not. You know what I started, guys? I started Ratchet.
Oh, Ratchet. I have not seen that one yet.
I recommend it. I don't know if I highly recommend it.
I saw somebody else posting about that. Is that one on Netflix?
Yeah, that's on the Netflix one.
The network whose name shall not be spoken on my lips. But it is a fantastic production. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? Hey, how you doing?
Well, there's only so much watch time, right? I mean, as many shows as you do, I get it, right? You only have so much time to watch. So.
Well, no, I want damn it, I'm gonna bring the girlfriend back into it. You got me on this one, fellas. It's this is one of the rare shows that both of us can binge watch.
That's a good thing.
So there's that, and then like Cobra Kai was the same thing,
I still need to catch Cobra Kai.
Oh.
So and
Jaffa, he's having an orgasm there. He said, "Oh, okay." So I guess it's good.
Oh,
I guess it's satisfying.
Obviously, you're not being able to read the situation. If you think that was an orgasm, that was a dismay. That was fucking dismay because it's like, that's one of the best examples of media created in the last few years, and it was created in this era, and it was created well. This show, can you believe YouTube made it and then let it go?
I have never heard anything but good words about Cobra Kai. Everybody who watched it, I really do need to turn it on. Everybody who's watched it has universally said that this is how you honor and continue an aged property.
You have an assignment to watch one episode of Cobra Kai this week, and if you only watch one, I will be impressed.
Yeah, you can't just watch one.
So it's like the Lay's potato chips.
They're so short as well. So you'll be like, oh, well, I got time for another one and another one and another one.
That's what we ended up doing when we were watching episode 5. So, or Avenue 5, excuse me.
Oh, okay. Avenue 5.
Yeah, it's 30-minute episodes. It's a comedy, and you bang through them. There's 9 episodes in the season, so it's 4.5 hours of content. It's just you blink and you're done.
Okay, I will. I'll start that. So, what's the basic? What's the genre and the basic plot line?
It's a near future science fiction comedy. Hugh Laurie's the fake captain of a Starliner. Shit goes to hell, and he has to try to lead when he's incapable of it.
That's been out for a while, right?
About 6 months, yeah. Like we all totally missed it. Like it just sort of flew under the radar because, there was some crazy shit happening 6 months ago, right?
The beer bug.
Beer bug.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we had a little coof going on in the world, and everybody got a little bit,
Tighten the arse forward.
Yeah.
But we talked about this on one of our streams, Jake, that Cobra Kai is the blueprint on how you handle your legends and how you move forward with a show.
Yes.
With their, it's just, it's perfect. To me, it's perfect. Because it's got that right amount of nostalgia, that right amount of what these nostalgia characters are doing in the present, and then that right amount of new characters that you're starting to care for.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, and that's what you do, right? I mean, that's how you continue a classic property. I'm glad that you brought Cobra Kai up because I didn't have it in the description, but something that I wanted to talk about was the new Ghostbusters Afterlife movie. So has everybody caught the trailers for Ghostbusters Afterlife? Has everybody seen those?
Affirmative.
I don't know how many there have been, but I have caught some of them.
There's been two. There's been a teaser, and then there was a proper trailer.
Then that's what I've seen. Yes.
Val, have you caught those up?
No, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, I'm tempted to play it. I don't know if they copyright claim me or not. So
I can mute myself and watch it really quick.
Oh yeah.
The
watch
teaser
it
definitely.
The
see if you can find the trailer too.
Yeah. The nice thing about being a small, new, growing channel is we don't really care too much if we just get a regular copyright claim because we're not monetized anyway.
Yeah, and you can always strike it after the fact, so you can keep your hours.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But I was reading. I was reading earlier today an article. Was an interview with Ernie Hudson. And what he was saying was like almost to a T what you were talking about right there, Paulie. And he was saying that this is the movie that the fans have been waiting for. And one of the things he said was that the very first thing he did was shoot a scene with Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray, the three of them together, which is like
reunion.
What did
putting the flavor back together, getting your characters in the same place that they were 3 decades ago.
Yes, and what he said in the interview was, specifically that this is the film the fans were waiting for, and it's done with love, and he talked about how it's introducing the new characters, not, so it and that they're not small parts, the old guys, right? So it sounds like it's going to be a good. I mean, if you can believe Ernie Hudson, which I do, because I don't see why he'd be lying to us.
We want to, but he is an actor in the production under contract for this movie.
Fair.
It's the only issue there. He certainly has the need to follow the contract and, let's be honest, to sell the product. And if you want to talk about that trailer, as hopefully Valgyr gets to go over it, the trailer itself, you notice the trailer itself doesn't deal with any of the old guard. It's simply flavor around new characters, especially since you get the not just because there's actor there's young actor there, but the idea that the idea of a Stranger Things kind of feel, these children are exposed to this thing and learn about it, and this becomes a core thrust of the movie. Now we want to believe Ernie Hudson isn't just selling this. We want to believe that this is actually, and this one is definitely, from my point of view, gentlemen, stay frosty. Hold your hearts close to your chest, because we want to believe this is going to be another Cobra Kai. We want to believe this is going to be better than The Boys. And we definitely don't need another 2016.
Yes, and
so yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I was just say Ernie brought that up in the interview.
Mm-hmm.
He said, hey, I liked the girls, but this is what you were really looking for.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah.
So I got a couple of that was Draco saying that, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I so want to disagree with you just because my better half is a working actor. I have a lot of working actor friends in Hollywood, so I'm gonna like, nah, man, you don't know what you're talking about. However, if you remember the great character actor Richard E. Grant played a role in the last was it the rise of Palpatine, Grand he came out with an interview crying, saying this is the greatest thing ever. Remember that? Remember that leaked?
Yep.
Right?
I remember good old Kevin Smith said the same thing.
And I was like, oh man, well maybe it is gonna be great. Maybe, maybe they turned it around. Of course, it's a piece of shit.
When does Kevin Smith not praise something?
Well, yeah, that's Kevin Smith, but Richard E. Grant.
But Richard E. Grant
an
said it.
It's a different story. I agree
yeah.
with Paulie.
Not to mention an actor with a history, an actor with some solid stance. I mean, this guy was in Hollywood prior to even the significant changes that brought about what we have nowadays. But go ahead, please, Paulie. Go on with your point. I want to know more about it.
I think it made me pause because I'm like, well, shit, you might be right. Ernie could be
it's just what we don't know. We want to believe. The thing is that this is why I say keep your hearts close. When I say stay frosty, guys, I'm saying be ready for the turn. Don't be beaten down by it. You don't even have to be angry, but this is the whole subversion of expectations bullshit. The idea that a subversion is better than an exceeding an expectation. This overcoming the idea that you thought something was going to happen in a story, and a really good writer would exceed your expectations rather than say, well, if I subvert your expectations, it wasn't what you were expecting. That is a cop out from the writer's room, straight out of the storytelling that brought us mixed street boxes being a good thing, rather than just they should be set dressing on the excellent writing. They cannot be the core of your story. Ernie Hudson does have I want to believe the guy because he's also he's a solid character actor. This guy is one of the more genuine actors that I've seen. The feeling of genuine. I don't know from your point of view, Paulie, but I want to believe him because I even believed his role. In 2016, I believed him being the father of the woman who brought in the ambulance. That not the ambulance because it wasn't an ambulance; it was a hearse.
Yes,
but I wanted to believe him because he was genuine. He was good at it. He was one of the solid points of that movie. As much as Dan Aykroyd playing the cabbie in the movie.
They both did fine in their little cameos.
Yes, they did. They made me. They were in all of that. In all of that shit. It was like, yes, I definitely tugged some heartstrings there because I liked those points. But then it was surrounded by the bland, the blah, the misunderstood, the unbelievable, and it was right back into 2016 GP.
Yeah.
So when I say that, when I say stay frosty, that is just saying, hold your hearts close, don't put it all out there, but maybe we have something to go on, and maybe it will mean that much more when this idea, if we are getting the turn, if some of these houses are saying and going to be honest about treating the fans right, treating a core mythos with respect, and getting back to just making good stories, And you can say anything you want about anything else. You can say how you live your life. You can talk about where you stand politically, religiously, all these other things. But keep your entertainment entertaining for the whole. Sell it to everybody. And maybe you stick a message in there when you're selling it to everybody and you're just being good. The messages that you knit well written into your stories mean something more because you're not one-sided.
Yep.
Should that be controversial? Should that be surprising?
No, it shouldn't be. It's one thing I would tell everybody is, and implore and ask of everybody, is when we do get a good product that does treat the fans with respect. So let's say Hudson's not blowing smoke up our asses and this is a really good movie. Mm-hmm. You have got to go support it, because the best way to tell these studios what we like is, frankly, giving them our money. Talk with your wallets, right? In the same way that you
Sonic the Hedgehog effect.
Yeah, he beat me right to it. I was gonna say Sonic. Yeah, they actually listen to the fans, and most studios nowadays studios would just told the fans to fuck off and left Sonic the way he was. But not only did they listen, but the fans turned up in return, and we're all better for it.
Yes, they did. The fans showed up.
I think the success of Sonic and Cobra Kai, I think these small little wins, it's turning the tide. And I want to stay positive with my entertainment. What Draco was saying. Now back to Ernie Hudson. Now if it was a Keanu Reeves or who's still alive, or Bill Murray. Let's say Bill Murray came out and said that. I'd buy the fucking pre-sale tickets now. Because I believe Bill Murray as a dude. I believe Keanu Reeves as a dude. You know what I mean?
I
definitely do. Keanu Reeves.
Oh,
Bill Murray's a little full of shit, but I think his bullshit meter is so taken over the edge. He'd rather just be honest with you anyway and take a joke about it. I think you're right.
So Val, I'm curious. So you had a chance to watch the trailer now. You just watched it fresh, so I want to hear your reaction to what you saw.
Well, the first thing I notice is who's the talent. Okay, and one of the first ones you see is Paul Rudd. I like Paul Rudd. I think he's excellent. So that right there is giving me a little hope. And then I see that it's got the nerdy kid from Stranger Things,
Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah, and it's like, all right. I can get behind this, so I pull up the IMDb page and I start sifting through everything else. And what have we got here? So we've got Finn Wolfhard, Sigourney Weaver, really?
Yep.
Okay. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson. Okay. So that's in order of the credited cast. I don't know how big of a part they would have in it, but it does feel like that, considering that you don't see any of the old cast in the trailer at all, makes me think that, maybe they're going to try a passing of the torch type of situation.
All reports say that is what they are trying to do here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just do it well.
Just do it well. Yes, exactly. Because that does matter.
Agreed. I want it to feel honest, not just we have to do it because they're old. Because you know what? We could still invest in old characters if we want to, and they're still worth something.
Well, Valgyr, but as far as the film and the look and the camera work, what'd you think?
I thought it looked very interesting. Nothing really jumped out at me specifically as far as the look of it. It seems to be a completely new setting. It looked to be a lot more rural than downtown New York, but then again, so is everything.
It's Oklahoma, Val.
Oh, Oklahoma. There we go. So I was torn several different directions while I was trying to watch the trailer. So
yeah, at least according to Hudson in that interview I read, it's Oklahoma, that was the first time I heard the geography pinned down.
Okay. Hopefully they put a little backstory into how the ghost trap managed to get all the way to Oklahoma.
Hudson also addressed that and said that they were somehow familially related to Egon.
Yeah. Okay. So apparently, I'm not playing with a full deck right now.
No, but he does. You don't need to, because that's great that you just saw it. I want to, because when I first saw it a few months ago, I'm like, this is cool. I love it.
Yeah.
I've got high hopes for it.
I mean, I got thrilled by the initial teaser that was all of about 15 seconds long, and all it did was it had some spooky music and a car cover blew up, and you just saw the license plate said Ecto 1. That was like the first teaser, and I was like, oh. For me, that was good.
I hope High C Bear sell that Ecto Cooler again, because I'll be all over that shit. I'm saying I'm that guy. I was all over that Ecto Cooler, man. Like, I made sure those cans were chilled so they turned green. I super ordered like a pack from Texas, so I had like 60 cans shipped to my place. No regrets.
I know what I wanted to bring up about Ghostbusters. Unlike any of the other legends and IP that we love so well. Well, Raiders is a little bit like that, but Raiders is more of an action genre, whereas Ghostbusters, it's mainly a comedy.
Oh, absolutely.
You can't fake the funk with a comedy. It's either going to be funny or not. It's either going to be, So that's why that I didn't even see the females Ghostbusters, but that's probably why it was so horrible. It just wasn't funny.
The writing was not terribly funny, and the chemistry in the group was not particularly good. At the end of the day, and
then when you try to make J.J. Abrams comedy into fucking Star Wars, like, dude, these people aren't supposed to be throwing jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop it.
Yo Mama jokes is not Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
At the
Nah, that 2016 movie shouldn't have been. I have 2 daughters, and they only watch the originals. They know of the 2016 version, but they prefer the originals, 5 and 7, and they're all about the 2 originals. Let that tell you something.
Mine are 12 and 9, and they also do not like the 2016 movie. To her great credit, my oldest also absolutely despises Dr. Karen.
Oh. Good job, Dad. Oh shit! Fucking Karens.
But the oldest, the younger a fan of Doctor Who, lesser so, but the oldest was a huge fan, and she despises Whittaker. One of Gary's members, Ginger, was doing a 12th Doctor charity calendar that I bought for my oldest. It's going to be her birthday present. If she's watching, I already told her, so I'm not spoiling anything. When I told her, I was thinking, what I was getting her for her birthday, because it was going to have to come a little late because of production and shipping dates. The one thing she said to me was, "It doesn't have any Dr. Karen in it, does it?"
Oh, God damn. I love it.
Oh, good. She's a smart young lady.
Good. No, good. Good. You're doing the right things. She knows the right Ghostbusters, the right Doctor Who. No Mary Sue's needed. It's good.
There you go, man.
We don't need that shit.
All right. So we had something of another momentous occasion this week, and we got to see Star Trek Discovery, which we'll just refer to as STD from here on out. STD hit the airwaves on CBS broadcast TV this week. So, Paulie, did you catch what the ratings were on that?
No, but I heard you talking about it in at the Gary's membership. It was pretty bad, right?
Oh boy, yeah. So it managed to get itself a 0.2 in the demo. That's the 18 to the 49. So Star Trek. This is a Variety article on it, and Discovery aired. Now, important context to think about here. So no new shows have been filming for 6 months. So there's a dearth of new content on broadcast television right now. Discovery was brought in. They brought in the STD specifically because they had.
You're just having fun with it now.
I am. Mary really doesn't want to catch an STD Star Trek, yeah, no, and I do not.
Well
blame
Mary
her. And yes, to Jappo, that's exactly where I'm going here. So STD is brought in specifically because CBS does not have seasons of some of its big tentpoles like Survivor. Just didn't film. So they got nothing. There's a giant gaping hole where Survivor was supposed to be in the CBS lineup. So they figure out what the hell we can throw on STD because it's really new content, right? And so they did. And we got to see the ratings for this show that we've been saying for years and years now is awful. Mm-hmm. And, so from the article from Variety here, right? So Big Brother faced stiffer competition than over the last couple of weeks in the form of fresh seasons of ABC's game shows. However, the CBS reality series managed to hold off everything to win the Thursday night broadcast ratings race. Big Brother scored a 1.1 rating in the demo, drawing just over 4 million viewers, which is not bad. One of the things to remember is this is new content on a show that is 20 years old, right? Big Brother's been on the air for a long ass time. And over 4 million viewers, which is a bit of an uptake from ratings from last week. Love Island dipped from a 0.6 to a 0.5 in the demo, which is about 1.9 million viewers. And CBS rounded things off with STD, which didn't set the galaxy alight with a 0.2 rating and 1.7 million pairs of eyeballs. So interesting about this, if you take a look at it, so almost the same number of viewers, just, a couple 100,000 less for STD versus Love Island, which is, I'm assuming, is some reality hookup show. I don't know what the hell it is. It sounds like some kind of reality hookup game show to me. 1.9 million viewers with a 0.5 rating in the demo as compared to 1.7 with a 0.2 rating in the demo. So the what's important about the demo is that 18 to 49 that's the big money spenders for the most part, and the people who kind of drive the longevity of the popularity of a show. So when you see the fact that STD got torched by Love Island in the demo, and but still had a roughly similar number of viewers, what that tells you is that it's a bunch of 50-plus-year-old white guys, old Trek fans for the most part, right? I mean, that's kind of the stereotypical Trek fan. I mean, there's certainly a wider width and breadth of people that love Trek, but that's the majority.
That's right. That's racist, man. I'm offended. As a white man, I'm offended. Oh, wait. Okay, sorry.
Well, you're a white Hispanic, right, Paulie?
Oh, don't you start.
When did that become a term? When did that shit become a term?
Shut up.
Oh, I hate that.
Shut up, you.
I hate that. It's a stupid
I have to
word.
ask.
No, you don't.
No, not going back to STD. I have to ask.
Oh, I had my last STD was in 1994.
I can honestly say I've been STD free my whole life. So yeah.
Of those, what was it? 1.7 million pairs of eyeballs.
Yes.
How many of those would have actually had the eyeballs behind them, or how many of them just left their TV on after they got done watching Big Brother?
Hard to say because that is the overnights, and it could easily have been that. That's a fair point, Val.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. I mean, how many of us have left the TV on to go do something else and get distracted? The damn thing stays on, and
And then you come back in the room and you've got this shit on the TV and you're going, how the hell did that get on there? And then you immediately change it.
When my kids
require
were
further insight on how the Nielsen rating actually catches. But go ahead.
I mean, when my kids were younger, I would put them down for a nap, and I'd be working away at the laptop at home, sitting there in front of the TV. And they'd be down for their nap for 2 hours before I'd realize that, Dora the Explorer was still on the damn TV.
I'm just looking at I haven't looked at the chat in a minute. Sorry. JFO, you asked me is it worth subscribing to? I asked you not sure what you mean, like Netflix or Hulu or HBO. So just point of clarification.
I thought he meant your channel, Paulie.
Oh, he's
that
piece of shit channel. That's a crappy ass Mexican only channel. Hell,
oh, Paulie, accept the subscribe.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I thought he was talking about your channel, Paulie, but I could have been wrong. My response was absolutely worth.
Oh, no, you're right. You're right.
Oh, you said absolutely. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I think he's referring to, because we were talking about Cobra Kai, and
that's
he
true.
was talking about buying Cobra Kai on iTunes, and I said it's worth it. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
And then
Jeffo, Paulie's channel, Latino Slant.
Oh,
absolutely worth subscribing to. Unquestionably. He has some really great content. I'll let him kind of pitch it a little bit later when we're wrapping up the stream.
Yeah.
But he is doing some very unique stuff that I love the hell out of it myself. I mean, I love Paulie's content. So, Thursday night X-Files streams.
What? Nice. I'll have to listen to that. I've not heard it before, but now I'm all in. Every fiber of my being is in.
Come and co-host with us, man.
It would be a genuine privilege and honor to join you. You name the date, place, and time.
You're on Twitter, right?
Yes, sir. Just type in Nickweiser. I'm fine.
He's in the Discord channel too, Paulie.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, we're on the same channel. Duh.
Duh, Paulie.
Duh, Paulie. What the hell, bro?
So what's really great to me about STD's ratings here, guys. So STD, more people.
That's a highly rated disease right there, man.
More people wanted Celebrity Family Feud than an STD. I will give him that one. More people watched Press Your Luck, which is a revival of an old-ass game show that I used to watch when I was homesick from school in elementary school. It's like big money, no whammies, come on, right? That show has been revived, and that beat STD.
How many seasons has the show been on?
STD or Press Your Luck?
STD.
Oh.
There is a third series of STD that's going to air here in a couple of weeks on CBS All Ass. And, and according to Jeremy Clarkson, it's the best of the STDs.
Oh, fuck.
So
how does a show like that keep getting renewed, man?
And there are reports that season 4 of STD has begun production, like legit production. With sets and everything, not pre-production and writing, like actual filming.
Maybe contractual obligation to do minimum amount of seasons. Maybe. I mean, unless the show's in the 100,000s. I don't know. I'm throwing guesses here because I don't know how the show isn't canned, but somehow yet here we are, and it's coming. Like, it's only inevitable. I don't know.
Well, if it's not getting ratings year in, year out, there must be a political connection where the top dudes
some sort of leverage.
Yeah.
Possibly, but there was also they at least through season 3, the production had been paid for by outside distributors.
That's it.
Right.
That doesn't smell like an agenda at all.
So it doesn't smell like an STD at all.
Jabbo says, "Press Your Luck is weak sauce. Love Boat is hardcore. BJ and the Bear would be called toxic masculinity in today's market." Now, I am not familiar with BJ and the Bear myself.
Oh, I loved BJ and the Bear.
You could get himself some of that BJ and the Bear right now.
That's a grisly time. Jesus.
Oh.
I had to.
We got STDs, we got BJs, all on Jake's channel.
You came here for the Avenue 5. You stayed for the STD. What can I say? Give you a little bit of shot of the boys in there as well.
Yeah, Jaffo. It's about a man and his monkey and their truck. They would gallivant around the,
Who isn't interested in a story about a man and his monkey?
It's making me think of Mother's Milk getting strangled in episode 6 again now.
Oh, God damn it. Dude. Oh man, I was just like, there's no way that sausage doesn't get unleashed. And, man, that shit came out swinging, man.
It did. That was kind of to your point in your review of The Boys yesterday morning. I watched, Nick.
Yes.
It sort of returned a bit to season 1 of The Boys, and that was a big part of it. A very major, big contribution to that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They found a big sausage, all right.
Nature.
So, well, thank you, Lord Thoth. We appreciate it, man. It's one of the best parts about getting a group together like this is absolutely the interaction, not just to the panel, but with you guys in the chat as well. I mean, that's what makes these things fly. Oh God, I don't know. Do they still do a Nick at Night? Does anybody know? I remember watching that when I was a kid.
Yeah,
and that's like where I'd catch like Happy Days and Green Acres, stuff like that.
According to the website, they still do Nick at Night.
Oh dear.
Really?
And it looks like it's completely loaded up with friends tonight.
That's for adults. That's their adult Nick at Night programming now. Right?
Yeah.
It's Friends. What else do they show on that now? Like, this should make everybody here feel old because we all, even if you didn't watch it, you were certainly aware of Friends when it was airing live.
I say Friends, and I'm thinking back to the boys, and I'm thinking back to some of their choices for music. One which was informed by the writing and immediately came up, especially when we were talking about this group getting together, and I immediately clicked on this. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again.
Oh man.
Topical.
Yeah, Lord Thoth says he always feels old, especially when it's cold and the rain is coming, man. Dude, I had to get my left knee kind of rebuilt a couple of years ago, man, and I feel you, Thoth. So.
Not that way.
not like mother's milk got felt.
Not that way. Shut the fuck up, man.
So I want to hear predictions for how far the STD is going to drop in the ratings next week.
Yes, we all want to know how far the STD is going to go.
Draco.
Has it gone? Can it go lower?
Yeah, right. I was gonna say, can that shit shrink
all the way down?
All right. What do you think, Draco? Where's the STD dropping next week?
Minimum 3/4, as far as just under 2/3. I think a lot of what kept these numbers up.
Hello, chlamydia.
There you go.
Yeah.
Appropriate. Very appropriate.
I love it.
I think a lot of what kept the numbers up was those boxes still recording the numbers after the previous show stopped, as was mentioned already.
Yeah, that was a good observation, Val, and I think you may have hit on something there. So, all right. So, Val, what do you think we're gonna see out of STD next week?
Well, it seems like CBS is ready to fully back this thing. I haven't heard or seen anything that points to the contrary, which really kind of makes me sad because CBS has put out good content. I love Criminal Minds and NCIS, and those are both CBS IPs. And there's a part of me that's kind of afraid that CBS isn't going to let go of the STD, and it's basically going to have the same effect as as a lot of STDs, and it's going to seem like CBS is going to develop this type of brain damage, and just keep following it and drag the rest of the system down with it.
It is an STD. Brain damage is a possibility.
Is there any penicillin available for this one?
Maybe we'll get lucky and somebody with a good head on their shoulders will buy out CBS.
Not mother's milk.
I don't know. It's got that STD in it.
Mother's milk.
He had a head on his shoulders today.
Oh, he had a head on his shoulders. Quite the head.
On one shoulder.
Very G.
Yeah. Is there no cure, Val? I am a little worried. This one's been sticking around kind of like herpes. So.
Oh, it's.
Wow. Whoa.
This is the true test of an artist, to be able to draw your monkey under the threat of the STD.
and the BJ the Bear.
I'm crying right now.
Right,
and
Paulie.
the BBC.
Down with the
Yeah,
BBC.
that BBC.
I need tissues.
All right, Paulie, what's your thoughts about the STD next week?
I think the STD is going to drop in New Orleans, New York, San Francisco because I hear
It's going to overtake the beer bug.
Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas, because there's a lot of bachelor parties happening. Those are my predictions. I don't watch the show. I don't fucking know, man. I said that earlier, bro.
Hey, what do you think your ratings are going to be? Not what you think's happening.
I know. What I'm telling you is I don't watch it.
We're having
Maybe I should watch an episode.
No, you shouldn't. You should remain STD free, Paulie.
I'm gonna remain STD free. Well,
he was not going to be speaking out of it.
He
He was not going to be speaking out of his ass or letting the STD do it for him.
All right.
Says STD is all I heard. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Oh dear God.
I need to stop crying.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa. We gotta get J-Fo on. J-Fo's hilarious. But
Yeah,
J-Fo's
right.
like,
Bring this
like
guy
the new-
in.
he's
He knows
funnier
about
than,
BBC and Peacocks, and I love this. And we got big
He's
love
funnier.
sausages coming around, like grabbing you by the throat. Like, this is great.
Boy's funnier than Pat Stevens.
Great
Stone, man.
is not an adjective I would have chosen.
Not when we're talking about STD, that's for sure. All right, Nick, what do you think for the STD ratings next week, buddy?
Well, to further Val's point, they're gonna go all in on their STD. They're committed. They know that they're gonna get the disease, so they're just gonna go all the way with it, no matter how dire the consequences are. So yeah, they're in. They're committed. They know they're gonna get that shit, and they're just gonna freaking spread rapid. They know it. They're, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just get this STD in us. So yeah, it's on like Donkey Kong now, and we'll just walk away from the TV or
So
turn
what
it
you're saying
off.
is now they're going to try to spread the STD as much as possible.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, Florida strip clubs are now open, from what I've been told. So, you know, Florida man's very happy now about the STD down there. Florida man's just like, yeah, gotta get this club.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Get up, come on, get down with the STD.
Your mother, get up, come on, get down with the STD. You fucking get up, man. Come over me, come over me.
Hey, Nick, that X-File show. That's not this week. Remember that invite? Oh man, I'm sorry, bro. We're stopping the series. Last week was the last show.
Oh, what?
How? How?
Stream on Tuesday for my birthday. One of the things I'm going to talk about, Paulie, is the X-Files, because I mean, your idea with doing this stream, like, I just want to have that's going to be one of the things we chat about, because it's just you, and I credit you 100% for getting me to start rewatching that again, because favorite show of mine from the 90s and the aughts, and hadn't seen it in years, of course. And your idea to get that going, thank you. I mean that, man. Thank you for doing that, because I'm enjoying the hell out of it. And if anybody hasn't seen the X-Files, go out and watch that show. Get the physical media, or you can buy it on Amazon Prime. Whatever it is, pick that thing up. And
it's Hulu.
Hulu, yeah, Hulu's got it. Wherever you can go to pick it up. And Paulie has been doing some really awesome streams on those every Thursday night. And he simulcasts it over on his Discord, or you can watch it on your own Hulu. And him and whoever he's got co-hosting with him that night, sort of just chat through. And
not Nick. I'm totally fucking with you, man.
I know. I'm good.
No, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun.
He may bring a little PC with him to the X-Files, so just beware.
Do you count the Simpsons episode, the X-File, where that alien show's like, "I bring you love," and then it's bringing us love. Kill it.
what we're doing? That's a great idea. What we're doing is everything in order that it was aired.
Oh,
Oh, when did that?
Beautiful.
So
You have to find me a date.
I can find that Simpsons air date, but I know it's definitely not. We just started, so we're
oh, perfect.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
we're season 1, episode 4.
Okay. Oh, beautiful, dude.
So which is called Conduit, and Conduit is like that little poltergeist kind of dude, little boy, where he sees shit. Like he's getting messages out of the television, and he starts writing shit down.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh my god, you're bringing back some memories, dude. Man,
so
beautiful.
This is the first episode where they come back to the alien and government storyline, but that there's an actual abduction that they go and because the first 3 episodes, the first 2 were kind of setting the story, talking about aliens chasing, like there was really no abduction. This is
Monster
the first one where they actually, there was a Monster of the Week that just happened. That was Squeeze, where you had the mutant serial killer named Toombs. Where he squeezed into the vents and shit. Oh, dude.
He'll be back.
Yes,
he will.
A great actor, man, that guy. And,
he was.
So Conduit has got, and that's what's great about X-Files. They have great cameos throughout all the seasons.
They do. Yeah,
they have. So Carrie Snodgrass plays the mom. What's that?
Seth Green was in the one you watched the other day.
Seth Green was like the little Pearl Jam looking dude, hilarious. And then Ogre, the actor who played Ogre. Remember the big dude from Revenge of the Nerds, Ogre?
My memory. Oh my god!
I
remember it. Shit.
Right, then he becomes a nerd.
So Paulie
he's in this episode.
Paulie has done the legwork for you, or I mean, Lord Thoth did the legwork for you, Paulie. It's Simpsons episode 163, The Springfield File.
Oh, what a guy, Lord Thoth. Hail.
97. Look at that. He is all over it.
He appreciates that shit.
I loved in that episode when Mulder flips his ID out, and it's like a glamour shot of him in his speedo. It's got his FBI badge.
It's funny how there would be like all these dark episodes, and then there would be these off the rails humorous episodes, like the one where everyone had a freak out about roaches at the store. Do you remember that? It was like later on in the show, not too later on, before like Mulder went off before the T-1000 showed up. Roaches.
That episode is called War of the Carphages.
Man, so ridiculous.
It's written by Darren Morgan, and Darren Morgan wrote all the ones that had the odd humor in it. Like Clyde Bruckman's Repros with Peter Boyle. That episode won a shitload of Emmys. Man, when they were like the first 4 seasons were perfect. So I'm So Nick, come on. We got Shellback and Mads Mama Bear that'll co-host, and we just watch it. Anyone wants to come.
Wow.
Those are 2 good YouTubers as well, man. If y'all don't subscribe to Shellback and Mads Mama Bear, click that button for those 2, man. They're good. I love Shellback. He's great on streams.
That Chrome Dome motherfucker. He's so fun. He's great. He's great, and he's been a real good supporter of what we're doing with the channel.
Excellent.
All right, man.
Yeah, we'll get Nick in the mix, man.
I can't wait. Sounds beautiful. Beautiful. Hail.
All right, man. So we're getting out of where I want to start wrapping it up, but I want to close out. I want to hear everybody's thoughts on these Mandalorian rumors. About old Pedro and whether he did or didn't walk off the set, or maybe it was just, there was some arguments and they took care of it. I mean, I want to hear everybody's thoughts. What's your take on that? Draco, let's start with you, brother.
Well, considering how long ago this happening and this just coming out now, I mean, this is stuff that would have happened during the filming process, and this was stuff that would have been set up months, almost a year ago or whatever, at the latest. So I think whatever has happened, whatever came out about it, is probably back to whatever kind of business as usual. But there's still the idea of what is some of the changes that they're making are going to add into introducing characters from the not Resistance, from the previous animated feature, the one that Filoni was working on, the Rebels.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing, especially since we were talking about how certain people want to be more cavalier with canon. Filoni has played both sides of this issue. He's done good things and he's done questionable things. So it is a concern. I'm hoping for the best.
Fair enough, man. Stay frosty, right?
Indeed.
What are you thinking, Val? You think there's what's your take on all those rumors?
You're talking about with Pedro Pascal, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, if the rumors are true and he wants to show his face, I can understand it. He wants a little recognition. But on the same note, don't let your ego get in the way of entertainment. And if you can't follow the damn rules, then you're replaceable.
Yeah. No, I hear you there, man. What are you thinking, Nick? What's your take, brother?
All right, so I'm just gonna say, like, we had 3 whole entire Star Wars movies with Darth Vader, and we didn't see his face until like the very near end. I'd say Pedro Pascal knew what he signed up for, and he needs to understand that the character is bigger than who he is. So if I mean, the thing with the facing, to me, I like the mask, I like the helmets, like all the MCU movies that I enjoy. This is how these two connect, because you probably wonder where the MCU come from. How many posters get ruined when you see their faces not the helmets or masks? Like there are certain MCU posters that can look good, but we see the faces, like, bro, that just ruins the poster. Like, I like the helmets, I like the masks, and Mando needs to wear his helmet, and yeah, I'm just that guy. I want the helmet on. And if the rumor's true, oh brother. Oh brother. Yeah, that's all I got to that.
Yeah. So what's your take on that rumor mill there, Paulie? What are you thinking?
God, okay, so one, it would have happened a year ago. So
give or take,
that's odd that this news is coming out now. Pedro is an incredible actor. He's done some amazing work in English and in Spanish. He's built his way up, like he's grinded all the way to get to where he's at. I just don't see him signing up for something that he doesn't fully agree to, unless they said, "Oh, season 2, we'll show your face," and then they went back on it. Which, because it's KK, maybe they screwed him over. I could see that, and I could see him taking a stand. I can't see him being a diva. He's worked so. I mean, he's been in some really grueling productions, where it's this is I don't know. Yeah, I'm a little. We'll see.
You're skeptical, and that's fair, and it's reasonable. I mean, my take on it now is, little bit of all y'all to an extent, right? At first it was kind of like, oh shit, that happened, and then kind of listen to more people giving their takes on it, and it's, there's a part of me that says an actor wants to see his face shown, right? And that's, and to be fair, for somebody who's worked to really try to rise his star, like I can see that, you know what I mean, Paulie? it's because recognition matters, right? I mean, I can dig that, but at the same time, I see the guy being, for lack of a better word, I mean, he's being a cheerleader for the show in social media and things like that going around. He's not showing any signs of a bad relationship.
Not at all.
And I feel like if it was as bad as all these rumors were claiming, I mean, he'd still be promoting the show, but I don't think it would feel as genuine and as heartfelt as what I'm seeing out of him. So it's like seeing that, makes the doubt really creep in as to whether there was any validity. I mean, maybe there was some dust up and maybe he was lobbying to have his face shown and he got told no. And, maybe some people decided to blow that up and to be way more than it ever was. I'm leaning more towards where you're at on this one, Paulie, than I was when I first heard it. My take has definitely changed as I've thought more about it and listened to more people talk. So,
I mean, again, it depends. I mean, I side with Pedro more than I side with KK, obviously.
Oh, for sure.
If KK and them told him it's going to be like this, and maybe they changed their mind. Pedro, he's the type. I mean, he's going to take a stand. Maybe that happened. So, and then maybe the rumors are embellishment of that. So we'll see. I mean,
yeah.
We
will.
Pedro's a shit, man. If you guys ever get a chance to see Narcos on Netflix,
I've seen a little bit of that, and he was good. He was good.
He's in the first couple seasons.
Yeah, the main thing I recognize him for, of course, is Oberon Martell, right? And dude, was he good? Oh, he was great. Paulie, did he do the stunt work and the fights himself? Do you know?
In which one?
In Game of Thrones? Because it looked like he may have.
But he's done a lot of action too. He was in that. He was in that. What is that, Matt? He was in that. I know. He was in that. What's his name? It's my girlfriend's cell phone. It's your niece, honey. FaceTime. I'm just letting it run. Yeah. All right. But yeah, there's some interesting comments that just another red shirt and Lord Throth are saying. The thing is that, and it's funny because it's back to the theme of these actors that we, Ernie Hudson, blah blah blah. He gets a paycheck. He signed up for it. He's not a Mandalorian. It just it depends on the actor, man. It depends on how blue collar they are, how how their ego is. If he's an egomaniac, then show my face. I'm the Mandalorian, but I just don't see that with Pedro. So and I don't see that with Gina. Like that whole cast. I don't see that with Gina. I don't see that with Carl Weathers. I mean,
I love Carl Weathers. God, I love that guy.
Oh, how could you not? It's Carl Weathers. Dylan, you son of a bitch.
And for context to Paulie's commentary,
Predator.
Paulie definitely knows people in the biz. And, he's already, even as just a starting channel, he's been bringing, legit actors on for interviews and things like that. So, for me, at least, I listen a lot more to Paulie than maybe to some other folks because he does know people in the biz in town. So, for a little context.
You got to understand 80 to 90% of the actors on screen, you might hear one line of dialogue. So I'm saying like a high percentage of working actors in the business are blue collar, the grinders. We're talking about our celebrities. You know what I'm saying? That 5%, man. That Pedro has cracked. He cracked the egg. He got in, and it's great. I just don't see him messing this up. I'm gonna be very disappointed if he divas out.
Yeah, dude, I dig it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I think I want to wrap her up. So let's go around the horn. Plug your channels, give a say. Whatever you want to run through. Let's start with Paulie this time, by God.
Oh, gee, thanks so much, Jake D. Jake D's my brother, and we're doing we'll get back on the midnight streams, but Latino Slant, we do a big live show every Thursday evening, 4 o'clock LA time. We bring not only do we bring something to where you're like, oh, I didn't know that before, but I want to make sure you're entertained. I want to make sure you're having fun, and we always have great guests. Right now, I'm running a couple of interviews we just did with this actor, Naomi Gonzalez. She's amazing. She's on a new Netflix TV show coming up. And then we just did a show with Abu Nas, and I put that best of Abu Nas moments up. And I appreciate if you guys would check it out. Let me know what you guys think, because we're building it up. And then we do the X-Files too, because I am a lover of sci-fi and the supernatural at heart. So,
Absolutely. I'll get the link to your channel in the description as well as I'm wrapping her up, Paulie.
Thanks, brother.
Nickweiser.
All right, so I'm 32 flavors of Nickweiser, as my caption below me says. I talk pop culture, I talk food, and sometimes I'm over a variety of topics. Hence 32 flavors. I have even more flavors than Baskin Robbins has to offer, except with talking and not ice cream. So please, watch the videos. Maybe you're like, man, this guy, there's something wrong with this guy. But hopefully you'll be entertained. So yeah, subscribe or don't subscribe. Just watch the video and hopefully enjoy the hell out of it. Really, that's all a guy could ask for. I'm simple like that. Simple.
All right. So I cut you out for half a second by mistake, Nick. I forgot to go on solo view on Paulie, and then I remembered it. I'm new to this, like hosting a live stream.
It's all good. And thanks for letting me be on again, Jake. I appreciate it. And it's nice to meet you too, Paulie. Like, I actually talk because, Paulie, I've been waiting to say that on the Nerdrotic chat. So now's my opportunity today. The victor is mine.
Hey, Nick. Hey, Nick, you know what? You got a big mouth. You know that? You got a big mouth. You better watch it.
Oh yeah. I'll see you in Philadelphia then, Paulie. I'll see you on the streets of Philly.
But Paulie never talked like that, because Paulie, he talked like this. And what are you doing, Rock? What are you talking about, Rock? This is
what are you doing, Rock?
That's Mickey.
Yeah, that was. Why you suck, Rocky?
All right. Back to the gym.
Val, you got any final thoughts? Anything you want to pitch? Maybe your Twitch channel?
I mean, if you guys want to watch it. The only thing I really put up on my Twitch channel is straight gameplay. I don't even have any content, and that's mostly so I can download it later and then use it as a background for stuff like this when, like Jake asked me to come on and be a guest. So yeah, I mean,
how can they find you on Twitch if they want to watch?
It should be just twitch.tv/the_Valgyr. Let me double check that though.
I just subscribed to Nick.
Excellent.
My brother.
All right. So Draco, final thoughts?
I'll go ahead and toss it into the
yeah, put it in the private and then I can drop it into the main chat.
Okay, that works.
Private.
It won't let you put a link in the regular chat.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. All right. So what are any final thoughts, Draco?
Stay frosty, my friends. Stay frosty. Well, yeah.
All right.
We got some good stuff coming. We got some good stuff coming, possibly, and good stuff being made. Hopefully. We don't these individuals who have been making these properties, they don't deserve trust, but we can always give them chance, and trust can be built.
Absolutely.
Fair enough.
Absolutely.
Fair enough. All right, gentlemen. Thank you all four of you for having I had a hell of a fun stream with everybody today. It was a good time, and just be very careful of the BBC. Apparently, it can be dangerous.
Watch out for
Be
the
careful of the love
STD too.
sausage.
Yeah, stay away from the STD. Bad stuff. You don't want any part of that. Thank you, everybody, and I'll catch you in the chat on the Inquisition later, I'm sure. But it's been a blast, and I really, really look forward to the next one. Chat, Lord Thoth, my eminent and only wrench, thank you for your help, and thank you for dropping the links in the chat of the guys. And we will see you all on the next stream. Thank you.
Be
Have a
well,
good